are Biafrans, nothing more, nothing less. You are welcome to land of rising sun. There is a land that is full of natural resources. We take divided us to the colonization. No, we are generous and industrious. Naturally, without education and history allotted. Mentally, you can take care of the world. But no, you can't. Mama and Papa can go see the vegetarian. You go back anywhere you from, around the world. But no, you can't. Come and see who we are. You go back then go on. Then no, you can't. You are welcome. Welcome to Biafra. It's about no use
Welcome. Please, as you join, you share. As you're joining us, you share. Share on your own platform. Share on your WhatsApp group. Share to family and friends. Keep on liking. You like and you share. Thank you. Anywhere you from, around the world, come and see who we are. Welcome to Biafra. Biafra, everybody sing you are welcome. Welcome. Share the broadcast as you join. Keep on sharing on your platform. Share to family and friends. Share any place you belong. If you're ready for innovation, I can even. And welcome, Chukwudi. Uzamaka, you're welcome. Keep on sharing.
because you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist. You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isobo. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy. Because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray. All these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. I had in Sosine Bigebi. He said,
Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom all over the world. Wherever you are connecting from, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide you, protect you, and secure you. I thank everybody who has connected to this very program today. I appreciate you as you join. Thank you so much. My sister Linda TV show, I appreciate you so much for joining me on the broadcast. Everybody on the comment section, either I mention your name or not, I appreciate you and I respect your presence. Thank you so much. Please, as you are joining the broadcast, please try as much as possible to share on your own platform. Share. Agatha, thank you so much for joining. Agatha, thank you so much. Del Dili, thank you for joining. Nkemjika, thank you for joining. I appreciate every single one of you who have connected. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect you. As you have joined this broadcast and you're sharing, Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to protect you, secure you, and no evil shall befall you. I thank you so much for joining. I thank you for your support, and thank you for everything you have been doing to see that the success in the struggle. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. Wherever you are joining from, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect you. If you are joining mainly from Biafra land, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect you and secure you. Excuse me. If you are joining from Biafra land, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect you, because people in Biafra land, they need special prayer and special attention. We have to continue to pray for them. Those of us that are abroad, continue to pray for our brothers and sisters in Biafra land, our families and friends who are in Biafra land, those who are standing in gap for us in Biafra land. We have to continue to pray for them on a daily basis, because they are doing the needful against all odds. against all the intimidation, against all attack, in the face of death, they are still doing what they're supposed to do to make sure that our voice is being heard, to make sure that the struggle continues. It's not easy. Without them, we will not be doing what we are doing today. Without them, we cannot go the length we have gone today. We will not get to that length, if not for the people who are on the ground in Biafra land. So each time we have to appreciate them and continue to pray for them, that Chukwu Kukabiama will guide and protect every single one of them. And we will not lose anyone who is sincerely participating in this struggle. We will all live to see the end of the struggle. We will all live to see our victory, to celebrate with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at the final minute. I appreciate everybody who have joined. Today, we are going to talk about the situation that we're in. Already, you and I know that today is a sit at home in Biafra land. Today is Monday, a day that every one of us have decided to choose as a day that we come together in solidarity with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And our agreement from day one was that the sit at home will not end until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out and make a broadcast from his father's house. That is the agreement we have reached. And I thank you, that people in Biafra land have been holding that agreement. The Biafrans in Biafra land are still standing with that agreement that every one of us reached together. It is not one person idea. It is not Simon Ekpa that imposes on anybody. It is not anybody that imposes on anybody. It is just Biafrans by themselves who came together without being forced, without being cajoled. They came together and decided that every Monday we will continue to sit at home until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released. And I can tell you, today is another day. Today is another day. And our brothers and sisters in Biafra land are responding. They are responding greatly. They are responding very, very greatly without minding against all odds, against all intimidation. That is why you must continue to remember them in your prayers. You must continue to support them as much as you can. Anything you can do to support the fellow brothers and sisters in Biafra land, please do. Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. Any help you can render, do not hesitate. They are doing the needful. It is not easy. If anybody tells you it's easy, that person will be lying to you. We know the enemy we are dealing with. A stubborn enemy. A wicked enemy. A stubborn one who doesn't care about human life. They don't care about human life. They don't have any regard for us. Mainly the Biafran people. They don't have any single regard for our life. That is why we have to continue to pray for our brothers and sisters in Biafra land. And as you all know, they have been sitting at home. Even today in Biafra land, people are sitting at home the way it's supposed to be. They are sitting at home, not deterred, not being distracted. Not being distracted. You see the things that are happening. You know that they can bring. There are opportunities to distract our people. There are so many things that can distract you for that struggle, from this struggle now. From this very liberation of Biafra, there are so many things that will distract you. The Janjaweed have planted so many distractions in this restoration of Biafra. So when we have gotten to the stage, when we are almost getting to the final stage, you are seeing distraction from all angles. And it is not easy. If you see somebody who is still standing firm, consistently doing what he or she is doing, you need to applaud that person. You need to applaud that person. Especially those in Biafra land. When you see somebody in Biafra land standing consistently doing what he or she is supposed to do, you need to applaud that person. It is not easy. There are so many distractions. The Janjaweed have planted distraction from all corners. When you block this side, they will fill another area. You block this area, they fill. So many distractions. We were here while we were going for our liberation. They brought their election, and you saw the election they brought, and they are projecting somebody from Biafra land to use him to distract us, telling us that he's going to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So many stories surrounding it. All these are nothing but distraction. You were there talking about that. I see that one is not enough. They brought out their business of pipeline control. They brought the pipeline business with 40 billion. And you saw our brothers in the creek. They lost control and they begin to fight themselves and they begin to focus on the guardian of pipeline. These are all distractions. These are all distractions. While we are marching forward and moving forward, doing what we are doing, you saw the result of our resolve. Everything we have been doing have been bringing positive result. All of a sudden, Chukwu Okikame by himself forced them in their zoological court to give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu his due rights. To pronounce with their own mouth that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is innocent. They did, and they pronounced it. And after that pronouncement, you saw every one of them, even the criminals, they have now capitalized on that very announcement. They have capitalized on that very pronunciation in the court. And so many of them are distracting us. So many of them are telling many lies. So many of them are using that very that very issue to make themselves relevant. Even when you and I know that these are people who has not played any role while Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was there. These are the people, all this while when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was there, when you talk about civil disobedience, they will say no. When you talk about this, they say no. When you talk about this, they say no. When you talk about civil disobedience, they say no. Anything you say, talk about to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is free, they say no. But today you see them celebrating with us. Today you see every single one of them jumping up and celebrating. And some of them are capitalizing on this very judgment today, distracting the struggle. A very big distraction. It didn't stop there today. You see, even those people who are not participating, who are just promoting themselves, they are now capitalizing on that very announcement, and they are bringing distraction from east, west, north, and south. It is a very sensitive time. And every one of us, Biafra, it is time we have to hold our hands together, continue to support each other, continue to encourage each other, never give up. Never, no matter how difficult it is, when it's getting too difficult, that is when it is ended. That is how you know that victory is coming. When victory is coming, you see it will become so difficult that you cannot be able to manage, as if you cannot be able to manage. But please, I beg in the name of Chukwu, remain consistent. Whatever you are doing, continue to do that which you are doing. It is that thing that we are doing that brought us this far. That very thing that you're doing, they are going to tell you to slow down. That thing you are doing, they're going to tell you to leave it and let us follow another. That thing you have been doing that took us to this direction, took us to this point. Please continue to hold on it. Continue to do it. Don't allow anybody to deceive you or tell you otherwise. The civil disobedience that we have been holding on, it is that civil disobedience that has taken us this far. It is that civil disobedience that have made it impossible for them to sweep the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu under the carpet. Can you imagine? In a electionary year, in a time when they are campaigning and talking about election, they can't even hold on. They can't even say a word without mentioning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is because of what you and I are doing. It is because of what you and I are doing. If we are not doing what we are doing, the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will have been swept under the carpet. Because there are some people who pretend to be fighting with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There are some people who pretend to be with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But you and I today know that these people never meant well with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They never been with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There are people who has taken the Biafran struggle as a business. They took it as a business. And so therefore, they are not fighting to make Biafra come. But they want us to continue to shout online every day, make us continue to make noise continuously for them to begin to be relevant, for them to begin to take their bribes. But I thank Chukwu Okike that a time has come when all these things have been revealed. And if you know what you have been doing in the past that brought us this far and gave this revelation, please do not stop. Do not stop. Keep on doing whatever you are doing that brought us this far. Intensify it. Increase it. If you know how to increase it, increase whatever you are doing. You have seen the judgment that came. I said it, that the joy I had in that judgment is that finally, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the Biafrans have been vindicated, that he has been innocent all this while. Finally, it has become much more clear for those of them who are pretending. They can't pretend anymore. Those who were pretending, hiding under their cupboard because of fear of the unknown. It has become very clear that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is innocent of all charges. So, people who are scared, they can now come down and join the Biafran struggle. They have known now that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting a just cause. So, if at this point you cannot come out and add your voice at this point, I wonder what kind of a human being are you? But we have to beware of those ones who are tricky. You have seen some of them, the tricky ones are coming out again. The tricky ones are coming in. Even the so-called elders. You have seen the so-called elders, they are sneaking in. And some of them will be sneaking in because of the election. Even this election, some of them will be sneaking in to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for their campaign. They have started already. They have started linking us with their campaign. But let me tell you, the Biafra that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for, the IPOB, autopiloted by Chukwu Okike himself, under the spokesmanship of Mazi Simon Ekpa and on the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we don't have anything to do with their policies or election. We have said it even before now that there will be no election in Biafra land, and that stance has not changed. That stance has not changed. So if you are going ahead to dialogue with anybody on election or begin to relate an election simply because you had a judgment in the court, you are wasting your time. You are wasting all these are just distraction. We have to focus on that which concerns us. The only thing that concerns you and I, that we are concerned about today, is the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We must continue to pursue that freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the coming of Biafra, which is the automatic freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is the kind of freedom he needs. I say it again and again, that the only gift you can give to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as freedom is Biafra. The only legitimate and genuine freedom you can give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is Biafra. Go and get him Biafra, and then you make Mazi Nnamdi Kanu free. If you don't give him Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will still be answerable to the zoo. They will be still dragging him from one pillar to pole. We don't want that. We don't want what happened in 2015 to happen again. The situation where he'll be released and somebody will be invited into the court, and later they will send military to go and kill him. No. That is not what we want. That is not what we want. That is why you must continue to do what you are doing. Let me tell you, Chukwu Okakabe have a way to deliver him. Only him has the plan. Only Chukwu Okakabe has the master plan on how he's going to take us out of this very mess. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has said it, that coming of Biafra is going to be the last miracle on the planet Earth. And it will come in a way that no man will take glory. All you got to do is, you as a person, if you know that thing you are doing that have taken us this far, if you know that thing you have taken us this far, that have given us that strength, that have given us that courage, that have given us that energy to wait until this moment when we had that very pronunciation in the court, continue to do that and increase in it. It is that same thing you'll be doing. When you increase in that and continue to do that same thing, you will see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu walk away, and you will see him speak to you from afar big. That is the only way we can achieve that. If you are hoping on anything politics, you see the politicians are already cashing in. They are already cashing in into the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi. They are already cashing in. You saw them making some unnecessary speech, and when they want to make their speech, you will see that you see the ingenuity in their speech. You will see the tricks in their speech. You see some of them recently coming out and say that they are going to go to Abuja and lie down and tell the late Buhari to let Mazi Nnamdi go. They have started again. They have started again. That they are not coming to feel relevant. They want to show themselves that they're relevant. These are people who has forgotten about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Initially, when he was arrested and they were coming to court, all these elders, they were showing their face in the court. And the reason why they were showing their face at the court at that very particular point in time was to make sure that people see them as good, so that Anambra election can hold. The reason why they were coming to the court at that very time was because of Anambra election. You saw even Ifeanyi Ubah came to the court with all the elders. The reason why all of them were trooping at the court that time was just because of Anambra election. And since Anambra election ended, how many of them have you seen in court? On a court day, how many of the elders have you seen in court? Which of them? Today, they have already had again. They have seen another loophole for them to enter and begin to convince you that they are genuine, and to begin to distract you, to come and make themselves relevant. I beg you in the name of Chukwu Okakabe, do not listen to any idiot from any corner. Do not listen to anybody. Please share the video and like. As you join, you share and you like. Share and like the video. Do not listen to anybody. It doesn't matter the trick they want to play. It doesn't matter the language they want to use. It doesn't matter their tribe, their religion. It doesn't matter how close you are to them. It doesn't matter how sincere you think they are. Be focused and let them be. Be focused. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told us that we have to be consistent. And he said it in his own word. Consistency is the key. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. And I picked that word as my memory verse in all my channel. Consistency is the key. Keep that in your heart at all times. The only thing that we are requesting for is Biafra, nothing else. The only thing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been asking for and continues to ask for is Biafra. And he has never moved an inch. For anybody to come and begin to tell you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can endorse election, that person is mad. We have videos of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We have script of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The very broadcast he made before he was kidnapped, he said it in a clear times that if you are a Biafran and you are talking about 2023 election or Igbo president, that Agwo ya bunyega sunanya, if you don't want snake to spit into your eyes, do not listen to those people. If you don't want snake to spit into your eyes, do not listen to those idiots, because these are deceivers. These are deceivers. Each time they are looking for a loophole for them to come in and deceive you. That is why I am praying for our brothers and sisters in Biafra land. They are doing marvelously well. So far, so good. They are doing marvelously well. It is not easy. It is not easy for anybody anybody to stand in the territory of an enemy and still be the same. It's not easy. If anybody tells you that it's easy, tell him or her to go and try. Tell him or her to go and try. It is not easy. That is why we must continue to support them, continue to pay attention, and continue to sensitize them. When you get videos, you share to them. Share the videos to them. Most of them cannot be able to come to YouTube. Sometimes they cannot be able to come to other platforms. Share the video. If you can be able to take the video, copy it and share to them. Let them know what is going on. Encourage them the best way you can on your own. Give them support. That is what to do. We are going home. 2023 cannot change. Let me tell you, Chukwu Okikabiyama gave that date. It is not given by man. Don't think that Master Samaneko gave you that date. It is not given by Master Samaneko. Chukwu Okikabiyama gave that by date. And I thank Chukwu Okikabiyama that we are dealing with people who knows the value of time. When Mazin Nanekano was with us, Mazin Nanekano he knows the value of time. That is why he's able to predict anything that can happen when it will happen. Mazin Nanekano knows the value of time. He is very calculative with time. And he's always positioned at the right place at the right time. That is why every single prediction Mazin Nanekano has made has come to pass. Every single prediction Mazin Nanekano has made has come to pass. The only thing remaining is the coming of Biafra, which is going to come. And Mazin Nanekano said in 2022 that the Zoological Republic will destroy. What does that imply? That implies that in 2023, Biafra is going to emerge. So when you hear Mazin Simon Ekpa announce the same date again, what are you waiting for? Why are you doubting? What are you waiting for? Why must you allow anybody to distract you? Why must you allow anybody to? And that is why you see the enemy are so scared. If you see the way they are opening their strategy this time around, they open up different channels of distraction. That is why you see multiple channels of distraction. Multiple channels of distraction. All of a sudden, the most hated tribe today has become the top figure tribe that everybody is campaigning to give their presidency. The most hated tribe in the Zoological Republic all of a sudden has now become the most favorite tribe for them to give their presidency. Even when we know it is not true. It is all a game. It is all deception. Absolute and total deception. And even the P2B followers have confirmed it. The London boy, his followers have confirmed it. That it's all deception. You see, some of them have started confessing and making videos on the deception. They're making videos. But the difference between us and them is that we are consistent and we see things when they will happen, things that will happen when they have not happened. And what we see, mainly the Biafran, the autopiloted group, what we see, sleeping, if you wake up for 100 years, you might not see it. The people that you are seeing as autopiloted group, these are people whom Chukwu Okikabiyama has chosen by himself. And that is what Autopilot is not just an organization. It is not, I say it and I say it again. If you are answering that name or you're bearing that name or following that group because you want to bear the name, you are wasting your time. These are chosen people. And that was how that revelation came when it came. That a time will come when Chukwu Okikabiyama by himself will give everybody assignment. As you are watching me in this very video, there is an assignment that Chukwu Okikabiyama has given you. It's left for you to discover that assignment and pursue it. Every single one of us have given one assignment or the other. Try and find out that assignment that Chukwu Okikabiyama has given you and pursue that assignment. Don't allow it to slip off. Don't allow it to be leaking. Don't allow your area to be the loophole. Don't allow that area you are to be where the loophole will come from. Don't allow it. We must have to continue to build on that foundation. On that foundation that has been led by our spirit Mazin Nanekano. He laid a very strong foundation. And when the foundation is strong, all you need to do is to put your edifice on the top, and the whole world will be rejoicing. And the whole world will marvel. But when the foundation is faulty, there is nothing the righteous can do. That is why you see the Zoological Republic the way it is today. Why the Zoological Republic is irredeemable. You can never ever redeem Zoological Republic. You can't. Because the foundation is faulty. And it is not because I'm saying it. Even the one Nigerians themselves, their senators, their governors, their ex-president, they have confessed to this. They have confessed that Nigeria is not redeemable. They know. They know, and they confess to it. When you engage them, if you engage them in the debate, they confess to it. That is why they will come and tell you that they want a Nigeria where there will be equality. Even when they know that there will be no such Nigeria. They know very well that you cannot get a Nigeria where everybody will be equal. Never. As long as the Fulanis remain in Nigeria, it cannot happen. It cannot happen. They know this truth, but they continue to cover it. They continue to pretend that they don't know it. It continues to stare at them, but they continue to cover it. Today is a sit at home. And I thank you that in Biafra land, people are sitting at home, not distracted. That is the spirit. That is the spirit. Don't get distracted. It doesn't matter what you see. You have to focus on the destination, which is Biafra in 2023. That should be your target and your focus. Your target and your focus should be 2023, the coming of Biafra. Nothing against than to move you. Even when we are talking about the freedom of Mazen Nanikan have been sealed and signed. It has been sealed and signed. You know, initially, some of us who are weak, because everybody cannot be, the strength of everybody cannot be the same. There are some of us who are weak, who the one Nigerians have demoralized. There are some people who have believed the lies people have been telling them, and they thought that Mazen Naneka, this is going to happen to him, that is going to happen to him, he's not going to succeed, this one. But today, at least, that very verdict has given you a courage. That verdict today is an assurance, has become another license for Mazen Nandekan, that he is assured. His freedom is what? Assured. His freedom is assured. Court of Appeal in the Nigeria, Court of Appeal said that Mazen Nandekan is innocent. And nobody is going to change it. It doesn't matter how they try to delay. The delay they are making is normal. We know them very well. If you don't know the Fulanese or the Zoological Republic, what they do, that means you are not from that country. Only a child can say, even children, they know what the Zoological Republic can do. A lawless country. People that don't obey their own law. They don't obey their own law. Even their religious law, they don't obey it. Their party law, they don't obey it. The country law, they don't obey any law in the Zoological Republic. And that is how it's run. That is the foundation that was laid. That is how the foundation was laid. And there's nothing you can do about it. That is why I say when you are seeing somebody who come and tell you that he's going to change the Zoological Republic, I mean, wonder, what are you going to change? Change what? What are you going to change? The only way to change the status quo is to destroy it and start afresh. The only way for you to change the status quo is to destroy the foundation and start afresh. There is no kind of edifice you can put on top of a faulty foundation that will not fall. It doesn't matter the kind of building you put on top of a faulty foundation. It doesn't matter how beautiful it is. Let me tell you, it is going to fall. It is going to fall. The Zoological Republic is built on a faulty foundation. And if you are dreaming, somehow, somewhat, you are dreaming that maybe you are wasting your garden time. That your maybe is a waste of time. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. The only thing that can guarantee us, the only thing that can guarantee our life, the only thing that can guarantee us and our being is what? When we come together and begin to do things the way we are supposed to do. Focus. Be focused. That is the only time we can be able to be consistent in what we're doing. That is the only time. You must have to pay attention, pay very much attention to what is going on. And do not allow anybody to distract you. Don't allow anybody to distract you. It doesn't matter who that person is. Even if it is your benefactor, if it is your best friend, if it is your uncle, if it's whoever, your pastor that want to distract you, dump them. They don't mean well for you. Dump them and move ahead. When it comes to freedom, that is where every one of us come together. That is the common thing that unites every single one of us, freedom. And anybody that is not in that freedom, is not in the race of that freedom, forget them. Let them go. Let them be. It doesn't matter whatever you think you are getting from them. Let them be. Chukwu Okagame is going to give you something better than that thing you think you are getting from them. He's going to give you better things than that thing you think you're getting from them. All you got to do is to still stand with the truth. Stand with the truth. Whatever I am telling you here, I'm not telling you to believe me because I'm talking. I'm not telling you to believe me because I'm speaking as an autopiloter. I'm telling you to confirm every single thing you hear from us. Go and make your own verification and confirm. That is how far Chukwu Okagame have built this very foundation. Chukwokeme have laid a strong foundation for us through Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today has become an icon? His name, his picture. Any place you mention his name, if it's a dry land, it will become fertile immediately. Even the enemy, they are cashing in the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Do you know why? Do you know why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's name has become an icon that favors every single human being, even the haters of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? His name favors them. When they mention that name, they are favored. When they call that name, he puts food on their table. That is why you see people cannot keep short without talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Even his enemies. How did he achieve that? He didn't achieve that by forcing people. He didn't achieve that by commanding people. He achieved that through truthfulness, being truthful and consistent. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been proven to be very, very truthful and consistent. And that is why people cannot do without calling him. Including his enemies. Including his enemies. They cannot do without mentioning his name. How can you imagine in a time where people are making campaign of election, and yet Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is taking the front seat? His name is taking the front seat. Most of them, these politicians, they thought that when election comes, that they're going to sweep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu under the carpet. They tried it. It didn't work out. It didn't work out. Why they were trying to suppress people, trying to sweep under the carpet, Chukwuka use them, threw them in their own court to raise that name again. To resurrect that name again. And today, it becomes the frontline news. They cannot do that. There is no how they can finish their news for the whole day without mentioning the issue. And go to social media. We have taken over the social media completely. My brothers and sisters, whatever you are doing to see the success of Biafra, whatever you are doing for us to get Biafra in 2023, continue to do that. Just as our spokesperson, Simon Eber said, we must continue to do what we are doing, and not until we see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Afaribe, in his father's compound. Nothing is going to change. As long as they have refused to let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu go, up to this moment, the deadline given to them by our spokesperson, Simon Eber, was yesterday. The deadline given to them by Biafrans yesterday, expired yesterday, and today, sit at home continue, and water continues from today. They are going to hear the sound of water. From today onwards, they will hear it. We are going to intensify everything. Every force will be increased to make sure that their hand is being opened, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come out. There is nothing to fear anymore. You see, that is why when you look at things that is happening, you know who is fighting the right cause and who is not fighting the right cause. If not for the pressure that is coming from the autopiloted group, if not for the guidance that Chukwokeme have been giving us through our brother Mazi Simon Ekpa, where will you be today? Where will you be? The people who you thought were supposed to be reasonable, they were not reasonable. They are busy, so scared. They are so scared. They are even more scared than the politicians. They were so scared more than the politicians. They don't want to be called a terrorist. You don't want to be called a terrorist. Do you think that your enemy will give you a good name? Do you by any means think that your enemy will give you a good name? You are a dreamer. Dream on. Keep on dreaming. You are a dreamer. If you think that your enemy will give you a good name, it means you're not living on the planet Earth. You're not living on the planet Earth. Let alone when you say you want to fight for your freedom. Your freedom, you want to be free from this slave master. And you think that your slave master will be happy to give you a good name. You are insane. It means you don't know what you're doing. Go and check. From history, every single person that have fought for the freedom of their people was called a terrorist at one time or the other. Every single person, every single activist, genuine activist that fought for their people, got their freedom, fought for their people that are being celebrated today, every one of them has been called terrorists at one time or the other. Including those people they call their founding father in Nigeria. Including Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, he was called a terrorist at one point in time. Nelson Mandela, that is celebrated all over the world today, have been called a terrorist. ANC was tagged a terrorist group at one point in time when they were fighting for their independence from apartheid. Martin Luther King was termed a terrorist. He was designated a terrorist. And so many of them, so many people who fought for their people. So if you think that your slave master is going to give you a beautiful name and you're so scared of being called a bad name, you are not ready for your freedom. You are not ready. It shows that your slavery mindset is so strong. It needs special deliverance. If you're thinking that your slave master is going to give you a beautiful name, that means your own slavery have contaminated your brain, and you need a special delivery. You need a special delivery. If not for our brother Master Simon Epa, may Chukwu continue to bless him and strengthen him. May Chukwu continue to bless and strengthen him. Mazen Nandekano, anointed son, his disciple. He took up the responsibility, even when everything was against him. Even when everything was against him, he stood his ground. And when Chukwu came and said yes, who are you to say no? When Chukwu came and has said yes, you can't say no. That is why every one of us must key into 2023 to go home. Be mindful of time. Do not play with your time. Don't play with your time. Be mindful of time. The time that we are in is a time for liberation, a time for freedom. And the calculation of time have been made. 2023, Biafra must come. And I pity you if you are not keen in yet. If you call yourself a Biafran, an autopiloted member, and you have not keyed in into this 2023 going home, I wonder what I don't know what you are doing. I don't know what you are doing. 2023, we are going home. It doesn't matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter the attack they bring. It doesn't matter their strategy. It doesn't matter the lie they parade everywhere. We will go home in 2023 and we can't be distracted. And I assure you, if Mazen Nandekano comes out today or tomorrow, the movement is going to be faster than you expect. It is going to be faster. But we will slow in an inch. Instead of us slow down, we are going to increase the speed. Instead of you that are watching me, instead of slowing down, please increase the speed. Anything you are doing, increase it. In your support for ESN, increase it. ESN is entering a very dangerous stage. We are entering, our men on the ground, the volunteer force, people who have given their life, people who have dedicated and donated their life for you and I. Your fellow human being have donated his own life, donate his own life to save your own. What are you doing for them? How many times do you pray for them? What kind of support do you give to them? How many times have you been able to give them water to drink? People that gave their life, you are not paying them. They didn't ask you for salary. They didn't ask you. They only ask for the equipment for them to use to do that work, to defend the land. The equipment alone is what they demand from you, nothing else. You are not paying them. You are not paying them. All they desire for you is your support, your wholesome support, your kindly support. How many times have you paid attention? How many times have you sat down and think twice and pay attention and say, these people that gave their life, they left their families. They have families, they have children. Most of them, their children is in school. They have wives. Most of them they are all in the bushes. They will be there for months. They won't meet with their families. They have given their life for you and I. All they need is your support. How are you supporting them? How are you supporting? How are you supporting? Every one of us must put our hand on the deck. We are entering a very difficult time, a very sensitive time. We have entered a very sensitive time, very, very sensitive time. And every one of us must pay attention. You're welcome, Diana. We must pay attention. We must pay attention to every single thing that is happening this time. If you see something, you say something. Don't take anything for granted now. You don't have to take anything for granted. Every stone has to be touched. We will not leave any stone untouched as we are heading to Biafra. And I must tell you, our Oduduwa brothers is working strong. Let me tell you, we will not be left behind. The Biafran people have been holding this banner. We have been leading in the front. We cannot afford to lead from the back anymore. We will maintain our speed. Our Oduduwa brothers are coming. They are coming with a high speed, and we must not allow them to overtake us. They can equally beat us. at a point and we march together. But any atom of stepping back, we will not. We will not. We will not. Just have it at the back of your mind that it is not only you that is heading home in 2023. It is not only you, but we are much more concerned about us, and we are preaching about our own issue, that every Biafran must stay awake. Stay awake so that you will not be taken by surprise. Stay awake. Stay awake. If you are in Biafra land, prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. Anything you know you can keep to yourself, give it to yourself. All the necessary things that you need, all the necessary requirements, food items mainly. Food items, begin to stock them up little by little. Begin to stock up food items for yourself at home. A time might come when you will not have a market to go and buy anything. When there will be no need for you to step out. When the only way you can secure yourself is to stay indoor. You're welcome, Chukuma. That time is coming. That is why you must have to pay attention. We don't want anybody to be taken by surprise, and we don't want to lose anybody anymore. We have lost a lot of people already. The Biafran people, we have lost a lot of people, and we are still losing as you're watching this video. As you are watching this video, men are still falling. Men are still falling. Defending you. Making sure that we have a home to return to after we have lived abroad. All they need from you is your candid support. All they need is candid support. We have to support them. Those of us living abroad, we must have to support the ESN the best way you can, no matter how small, no matter how big. If Chukwu have blessed you, do not wait until the day of fundraising. Don't wait. Don't wait until the day of fundraising. The link is there for you to make a donation. You are paying it for yourself. You are making it for yourself. You are not making it for them. You are not even making it for the ESN. You are not making it for the volunteer. You are not making it for Simon Epa. You are not making it for Mazen Nandikano. Nor any one of us that is here. You are doing it for your own self, for your own generation, to protect your land. And every hand must be on deck. The only time we can be able to have dignity is when we get out of the Zorzal Republic. As long as we remain in that zoo, we will never have dignity. They will continue to dehumanize us. They will continue to treat us like animals. They will continue to take our life. They will continue to kill us. But we can't allow that. You're welcome, David Tochukwu. We cannot allow that. We cannot continue to allow that. A time has come when every hand must be on deck doing something. Because our freedom is in our hand. Our freedom is in our hand. Very, very close. All we need to do is to stretch our hand and take it. The very day we got our freedom was when Mazen Nandekano started this very struggle. Chukwu Okaba gave us a faithful man. A faithful man, very consistent and focused. Chukwu Okaba gave it to us. And he was able to use people around him at that particular point in time to bring us to this length we have gone today. He used, when you see the kind of people Mazen Nandekano managed to get to this point, you need to applaud him. When you see the kind of human being and sabotage Mazen Nandekano have faced to get to this point, you will have to applaud him. You have to be praying for him every day. You have to be praying for him every single day. You need to be on your knees and continue to pray for him. You need to be on your knees and continue to pray for Mazen Nandekano every single day. For the way he was able to manage these people we are seeing now, who claim to be with him from donkey years. And he managed them until this point, when it had come to the time that we're going to celebrate in Biafra. And Chukwu Okaba said that the chaff will be separated from the wheat. The chaff will be separated from the wheat. And at that point, he gave Mazen Nandekano a rest. Take a rest. And he picked someone else to continue. Through Mazen Nandekano. He picked a disciple through Mazen Nandekano, and he used Mazen Nandekano to anoint a disciple. Mazen Simon Epa. And today, Mazen Simon Epa is building on the foundation laid by Mazen Nandekano, foundation of truth and consistency, and nothing more. It is not the foundation of command and control. It's not the foundation of command and control. Foundation of truth, truthfulness, and consistency. Earning the respect, he's earning respect. He earned the respect of the Biafran people, not forcing it. He's not commanding respect. He doesn't command people to respect him. He earned, just like Mazen Nandekano did. Mazen Nandekano earned the respect from us. He won our hearts. He didn't force anybody to love him. He didn't force anybody to follow him. Neither did he force anybody anything. he became truthful and consistent, and that's why everybody keyed in. That's why everybody keyed in. And Chukwu Okakabia continue to guide him, continue to protect him, continue to secure him, continue to follow him. But we will not relent in our effort. We will not relent in our effort. It doesn't matter what anybody is saying. It doesn't matter what anybody is doing. We have to remain consistent. Chukwu Okabia have shown us the way. He has shown us the way. All we need to do is to key in. Just key in, and you will see your freedom. Just key in, and you see your freedom. You see a lot of distraction from all angles, from all corners. Distraction coming from the pit of hell. But if you are truly fighting for Biafra, you can't be distracted. Not now. If you're a genuine Biafran, you can't be distracted. If you are somebody who has been listening to me, you see, that is why there was a video I saw. I saw a video where somebody from an Ambazonian was advising all these criminals. He was advising them. An Ambazonian, our brother said Ambazonian, one of our brothers in Amazonia was advising this criminal in one video where they invited him on their platform. He was telling them, he said, do not expect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to give you any order from anywhere. He has told you everything he needs to tell you. He has done everything he has to do. If you are confused, go back and listen to his broadcast. When I heard that guy say that thing, I said, yeah, I wish they can hear. I wish they can listen. You know, when Mazi Simon Ekpa made the same statement, all hell break loose. But that clown, I saw him, when the Ambazonian person was telling him that, and he was shaking his head. When our brother from Ambazonia was advising those criminals on that issue, they were accepting it, they were shaking their head. He told them, don't expect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to direct you or give you any order for critical reasons. For very sensitive reasons, do not allow wait for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to give you order or tell you anything. Don't expect. If you are confused, he has said every goddamn thing you need to hear. Go to his broadcast and listen. You will get what you want. But when Mazi Simon Ekpa told them, we are not going to take instruction anymore from any second-hand information from DSS, that we are not going to take any second-hand information from DSS anymore, that we are going to be focused and move on. All hell break loose. They said he has spoken against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He attacked Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He did do what the disciple of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who have told you time and time again that immediately Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out, his job is done. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will take over. He's going to hand everything over to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Everything he's doing today is to make sure that the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remain intact. Why the enemies are planning and trying to destroy it. Why the enemies are fighting day and night from all corners, right, left, and center to destroy the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Simon Ekpa is fighting hard to keep that legacy. And Chukwu Okabia is standing with him. With all the attack and challenges that are coming from all corners, he is standing with him. And how do you know people who are appointed? How do you know people who Chukwu Okabia is? When you are hearing, touch not my prophet, or touch not my anointed, and do my prophet no harm. How do you know those who are anointed? How do you know the people that are anointed? Tell me. Do you know people who are anointed through your pastor, or through your church, or through your mosque, or through your shrine? Is that how you know people who are being anointed? People you see in your shrine, people you see with your native doctor, the people you see with your church, people you see in your mosque. Are they the people you call the anointed? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, there are people who are anointed from their mother's womb. And that is true, absolute truth. People, go and check, even in the Bible we read, most of the people you saw were anointed from their mother's womb. Those are the people that have the real anointing from their mother's womb. People that were anointed by Chukwu Okabia himself, not those that the prophet anoints. No. There are people who Chukwu Okabia anoints from their mother's womb. And when you go after them, only God will help you for your end. Only God will help you. Today, go and check every single one of them that is speaking against Simon Ekpa. Every one of them that have raised hand and raised propaganda against Simon Ekpa, go and check their platform. How are they doing? Go and check them. And you know, when Chukwu Okabia will kill somebody, he will make you deaf and dumb. When Chukwuokike Abiyama will kill you, he will make you deaf and dumb that you can't be able to reason. You can't be able to reason to know what is going on. That is how Chukwuokike Abiyama destroys somebody. When he wants to destroy you, he will make sure that you are deaf and dumb. You make sure you are deaf and dumb. And that is what is happening today. That's what happened. Blessing, thank you for joining. Thank you, Blessing. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining. We cannot help but continue on that very standard we are. Chuguma, you're welcome. We will continue to do what we are doing. We will continue to stand firm and remain consistent in our focus. We will not allow anybody to distract us. It doesn't matter who the person is. Let me tell you, in this Biafra struggle, there is no permanent friend and no permanent enemy. The only permanent enemy we have is the Janjaweed and the Fulanis, the Janjaweed and the British. These are the people who have sworn, and they made themselves enemy to us. We didn't make them enemy. As for any other blackmailers and all these saboteurs, those ones are my people. When it comes to those ones, there's no permanent friend and no permanent enemy. You're welcome, Margaret. Thank you for joining. There's no permanent friend, no permanent enemy. The only permanent enemy is those ones that have made themselves enemy. They chose us. They made themselves. They call themselves enemy to us. We didn't call them enemy. They made themselves. They provided themselves and made us know that they are enemies. They volunteered themselves and declared themselves enemy to the people. Those are the people that we must not spare. We must not spare them. But as for our brothers, just as our spokesperson has said, our spokesperson, Master Manako, has said it time and time again, that we don't have time for all these people anymore. That we are focused. We are focused on how to get Biafra in 2023 by fire, by force. And let me tell you, if anybody tells you it's going to be easy, it's not going to be easy. But let me tell you, at the end, Biafra will come. Mazen Nandekano said it. The same exact word he said. They are going to kill us. We are going to kill them. But at the end of it, Biafra will come. Biafra will come. It doesn't matter what anybody is saying or whatever they're doing. It doesn't matter. No matter the angle you are coming from, no matter the challenges you are bringing, no matter the way you think, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you are thinking. It doesn't matter the angle you are coming from. It doesn't matter what you feel inside you. It will not stop the coming of Biafra. And for those of them who are thinking that maybe Mazen Nankan will come back and tell you that you should go and do election, you go and sit down. You should think, you don't know who Mazen Nankan is. You don't know him. You don't know. Mazen Nankan, the very last time Mazen Nankan spoke to you and I in the court, what did he say? Can you remember? The last time we got first-hand information, Mazen Nankan spoke on video to Biafran people in their court. What did he say? What did he tell you? Mazen Nankan said that I am fighting for Biafra here. I am fighting for Biafra, and Biafra must come. It must. No man born of a woman, the same language, can stop it. That Biafra must come. And he went ahead to say that it is our responsibility to protect Biafra people and not to kill them. That we have to protect our brothers and sisters. We have to defend Biafra land. That it is not our duty to kill Biafrans, but to protect them. And that is what the Autopilot group is doing, to protect Biafra land. We are protecting Biafra land, not to kill Biafra. We are protecting Biafra land. Defending the land, that is what we are doing. That's what we are doing, and that's what we will continue to do. That is why we have said, any man, any woman that come into Biafra land to take life, it doesn't matter whom you are. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter how connected you are. If you step into Biafra land, you cross our border to come and take life, you can never, ever return alive. You will not. You can never return alive. If you make any move to come into Biafra land to take life in Biafra land, you can never. Let me tell you, Mazen Nandekan has said that prayer and it stands. Mazen Nandekan is somebody that when he lays curse on you, it's only Chukwuokike in heaven that will rescue you. And the only thing that will rescue you is your repentance. And Chukwuokike who will consider whether you are truly repentant or not. If Mazen Nandekan lays curse on you, you are gone. And for those of you who are contemplating, if you are contemplating whether to go to election or not to go to election, Mazen Nandekan have laid a curse already on those. If you are a Biafran and you say you are going to go for election, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lay the course for those who make that move. If you're not a Biafran, it's your business. That's you can go to the north to go and vote, go anywhere. But you are a Biafran. You are a Biafran, and you go away and say you want to go and make a vote. You are talking about election. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lay the course, and that course will definitely have effect on you. Definitely. As long as you're a Biafran, the blood of Biafra is flowing in your vein, that course is going to catch you. Because people have died. Innocent blood is crying every day. Innocent blood is crying every day. Innocent blood is crying every day. Even as you're watching this video. As you're watching the video, people are losing their life to protect you. As you are watching the video, people are still losing their life. And all you got to do is to get them distracted. All you have to do is to use their death for campaign. All you have to do is to use their death for propaganda. Chukwu Okagabia will not forgive you. He will not forgive you. He will never ever forgive you. And every cause that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have led on those who are going to participate in the election will surely get hold on you. You will go blind. You will go blind as you go to cast that vote in the north. You go blind because you're not going to cast the vote in the southeast. You're not going to cast the vote in Biafra land. That one is signed and settled. It's signed and settled and sealed. The election cannot hold in Biafra land. It doesn't matter. This is not an Anambra State election. We are talking about general election. We are talking about general election. And we are going to retire all these criminals. We will retire them. Since they don't want to retire by themselves, we are going to resign every single one of them, from local government chairman to the toughest person, from the local government chairman to the highest person, politically elected in the Zoological Republic law. We are going to resign every one of them by force in 2023, and that marks the beginning of Biafra. By the time they finish their election in the north and other places that they be able to do it, when they finish it, then they will find out that it was not conducted in Biafra land and we are not part of whatever they are doing there. They will be forced to either conduct a referendum and we have our peaceful exit, or they will leave us with no choice than to defend our land. Because I know, you know whom Fulani are, they are stubborn people. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu used to say, he said they will come. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows them very well. He said they will come. And I believe they will come. The Fulanis, they will definitely come and try. They will try. These people, they don't give up easily. They don't give up. They will come and try. They will come and try. They will come and try. But they are going to fail. That will be their end. That will mark their end. That will definitely mark their end. And if you are a Biafran, begin to prepare. 2023, we are going home. Don't bother yourself. Don't trouble yourself about, let me tell you, the alliance Biafrans have today, the kind of alliance we have today has never existed before. A lot of job have been done. A lot of work have been done. All you got to do, you as a Biafran, do your own part. Do your own part. Do your own part. Give your support. Do your own part. Any little support you can do, do it. As for the alliance that is going to make Biafra come out, the alliance has been made, and it is working strong daily. More alliances are being made. More alliances have been made. So, whatever you know you can do on your own part, please, please and please, continue to do it. Continue to do it. As for us to step back, we are not going back. We are not moving an inch. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in his own word, said, we have crossed the Rubicon. Some of you forget that. That is when somebody is telling me that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come and talk about election, I'll be laughing at them. Because these are bunch of distractors. Bunch of distractors. You think you can play on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu intelligent? I saw some of those idiots that call themselves obedient. You see the videos they are making. People that know they have seen the failure. You know, for a very long time, our spokesperson Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been telling them that before November, their eye will be clear. Even P2B will begin to confess. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu used to say, you know, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says certain things, you begin to imagine. Out of the blues, you begin to imagine how is it going to be possible. But before you know it, whatever he says come to pass. When Mazi Simon Ekpa has been saying that before November, P2B and Co, they will be confessing. They will see it clear that they're heading nowhere. What are you still doing? Go to the media. Those of you who are paying attention, go to the media. If you see them confessing, you see Followers of Peter Obi today are confessing. Even Peter Obi's spokesperson have said that they are going to have difficulty in the north. What does that entail? When he tells you that they are going to have difficulty in the north, can you be a president in the Zulu Republic without the north? In the present construct, there is no way in the planet Earth that you can be a president of the zoo without the north. The north is the first place you have to capture. And you see him lamenting. They have started lamenting already. And you see some of their followers telling them that 70% of the people who are making 1 million march do not have PVC. 70% of the idiots that are going for 1 million march, people who couldn't go 1 million march to free Mazen Nandekano, people who couldn't go 1 million march for the death of the innocent in Biafra land, but they are going for 1 million march for a fake London boy. They are going 1 million march for a fake London boy, even when all of them, 70% of them, and the person who was giving the figure is part of them. Is part of them. She says she can't continue this lie anymore. That she can't continue this lie. That is becoming much more clearer that people, she is inside and she have interviewed people and find out that 75% of them do not have PVC. Those ones who said I have registered cannot get that. There's no possibility of getting that PVC until the election is over. And already you have seen the INEC chairman to come out to announce that millions of registration has been cancelled. That they were not okay. Listen, I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't know the way people it should be explained, but people to understand. People are so. I don't know why Nigerians are so scared of the known. They can never pursue something and get it right. They cannot devote their time and focus on what they want. They're always looking for something that is cheap. They're always looking for cheap way to get things. Nigerians are always looking for cheap way to key in, cheap direction to get where they will get something that will not cost them anything. That's what they're looking for. Nigerians are fond of looking for a cheap direction that will not cost them anything. Every time opportunity presents itself for them to even get their so-called one Nigeria, their one Nigeria, to strengthen it, they will not, because they are looking for a cheap way to get out of it. Look at NSAS. Look at NSAS. When NSAS come, everybody thought that was a breaking point. When the NSAS, during the time of NSAS, people thought that was it. But all of a sudden, everything disappeared. The Arab Spring that you're hearing about, how many people were killed? Arab Spring you're hearing about was provoked by one person, one death. One death of one person provoked the Arab Spring. But in the Zulu Republic, NSAS soldiers opened fire in the crowd and so many people died. Even people who were among those people who were there, they are still on the run today. DJ Switch cannot enter Nigeria. She's still on the run. DJ Switch is she's still on the run. And mainly because she's a Biafran. Mainly because she's a Biafran. And she was in the front. She was the person that videoed the people that died, people that were injured, the people that got bullet wounds. She was the one that streamed it live. She's a brave Biafran. And today she's on the run. That is what happened to you when you leave your people and begin to focus on one Nigeria. I used to say that anytime you make a move to rescue Nigeria, it will bring you death, destruction. Anytime you make a move, if you are a Biafran, anytime you make a move to save Nigeria, it will bring you shame and disgrace. It is not a cause, but that is how it is. Because you are not a Nigerian. Because you are not part of the business. You are not part of, your name is not you're not in the agenda. Nigeria has nothing to do with it. So when you mention it, you are bringing curse upon yourself. Go and check from history. Everybody that have played a role of to make one Nigeria better, how did they end up? It brought death. It brought death, everyone. Kaduna Nzogu tried it. Kaduna Nzogu tried it through revolution. What did he bring? He brought death. Aguirre tried it. What did he? He bring death. He took his life. He took his life. Our eternal that Odmegojugu tried it. Yet they refused. They fought him. They brought war upon us. They brought war. Dr. Nandazikwe, who did it? What did they threw him to the dustbin. They made him a ceremonial president. And after that, that was it. There's nothing to write home about him. There's nothing to write home about him. And the funny thing is that people still continue to make that mistake. Biafrans mainly continue to make that mistake. You will continue to make that mistake. Even when an INEC person, somebody, an INEC worker, an insider, an INEC person have come out to say that you cannot win election in Nigeria except by rigging, except you're in the right party that will rig the election for you. Somebody who is an insider, an INEC official, have come to make a video on their on their conventional media. I posted the video in my channel. In their conventional media, somebody who is an INEC official came out to say that nobody at any point in time has ever won election in Nigeria. Nobody, even when the British were there, that it was all about rigging. And he said it with assurance that you cannot win any election in Nigeria except you are in the right party to rig the election for you. He said, including Abiola's election that people are calling credible, that including Abiola election, that it was rigged. Including Abiola's election. And he went further to say that you do not win election. You don't win election because you are popular. You cannot win election because you are popular. You cannot win election because you are intelligent. You cannot win election because you are social. You can only win election in Nigeria because you are in the right with the right cabals in their party, and you have the machinery to rig the election for you. An INEC official said that on a conventional media. The video is everywhere. I shared it. I'm not the one saying it. And yet you see these obedient idiots. You see people, these idiots, stay pretending that they are not saying it. They say P2B is popular. Somebody is saying that no matter how popular you are, you cannot win election. You can't, except you have the machinery to link with. And if you are talking about Obi having support and being popular, I ask people every time, is Obi, P2B, is he more popular than Abiola? Is he much popular than Abiola? Is he as popular as Abiola? Did he reach anywhere in the population of Abiola? Abiola was so popular that every religion accepted him. Every tribe accepted him. Every single person, both children and old, they all followed Abiola. He had the support of 90% of the country was with Abiola. But did he become a president? Did Abiola become the president? And when he lost his life, did anybody die? Did heaven fall? Didn't the zoo continue? The zoo continued as usual. They gave him democracy day. The democracy they gave them, do they have democracy? They don't have democracy. Instead, they are destroying the democracy the more. This is why you must pray to get out of this zoo. That is the only solution. The only way you can have a life. If we don't get out of this zoological republic, it will get worse. That is why, in our own time, we cannot hand over our children to this zoo. We are going to hand over to our children a sane country well built, where their life will be organized, where things are done like human. That is the kind of place we want to hand over to our children. We are fighting today, not because of us. Not mainly because of us. Most of us are living abroad. And some of us have everything that belongs to us abroad. Some of us have our families in Nigeria. But the most important thing that we do not want this evil to continue. We do not want to continue to be in a country where we'll be living as a stranger. We don't want to continue to be in a place where a country where you're supposed to be the first-class citizen, a stranger will now be directing you what to do. Where the son of a king will be eating on the floor, while the slave will be eating on the table. Where do you see that? How can the son of a king be eating on the floor while the slave will be eating on the table? You eating from the crumb that fall from the table of the slave. That is how low the Fulanis have made us. And we are talking about people, nomadic people who are living in the bush, who don't have a home. They are wanderers. They don't have a home. That is why you see they are creating problems in the place they are. They don't have a country of their own. They don't have a land of their own. They don't have a place that is their own. All they mean is they wander about. Wanderers. Nomadic wanderers. That is why any place they go, they ferment problem. They want to go and take over the land. They thought that there's a land that is empty. Every land you see on planet Earth, there are some people that own it. There are some people that own it. And if you want to take over the land, you either buy it or you reach an agreement, not by force. There is no land that is on his own in the planet Earth. Every land you see on this planet is owned by people, including the seas. It's owned by people. And you don't just come from the blues and you jump on it. You must have to reach an agreement or you buy it. But these people, these nomadic Fulanis, who doesn't have a home, who doesn't have an identity, these people are not even Africans. They are not Africans. These are Arabs. Arab slaves. They have come to Africa to turn to king, up to the extent of ruling the kings themselves. And they will now take your own wealth and be cutting for you, giving you pipeline to protect. And you are fighting over 40 billion of pipeline to protect for them. Meanwhile, they put a pipe and be taking the oil to abroad and cashing the money. You'll be protecting the pipe for them. And in your own area, there's no light, there's no water, no housing, no food. Enough is enough. We are going home. It doesn't matter. If you don't want to go, no problem. You can remain with them. But for the Biafran people, we are going home. And no man born of a woman can stop it. I appreciate everybody who have joined me on this broadcast from beginning to end. I thank you very much for your support. Thank you so much for sharing. Please, if you have not shared, kindly share this broadcast. Share it if you have not shared. And click like. If you have not liked the program, like it and share. Share it on your WhatsApp group. Share it in any group you belong. Share it on your Facebook. Share it on your platform. Any place you belong. Please kindly share. As you are sharing, you are actually doing something. This is the time that information is key. The media is important. Information is key. Information is key. Later on, we're going to be having a joint broadcast. The Autopilot Media will be having a joint broadcast. Please kindly join us when we are having that joint broadcast. Kindly try as much as possible to join us on the joint broadcast today. You know, we normally have our media joint broadcast on Mondays and Fridays. So please do try and join and share. Information is key. The period that we are now is a time where you have to disseminate information. Try as much as possible to join our brother Master Simon Ekpa on his Twitter. He is passing sensitive information on Twitter at every minute. When information comes out, he put it down on Twitter. Follow him on Twitter. Information is key. Every single thing you hear this time is important. Follow him on his daily broadcast. Follow all the autopiloted groups so that you can be able to be updated and you not be left behind. We don't want to lose soul anymore. We don't want to leave anybody behind. We don't want anybody to be taken unawares. Information is power. Information will keep you alive. If you are in Biafra and listen to 97.5 FM, Voice of Biafra, listen to that to know the way to follow. When you hear sit at home, please and please kindly sit at home. When you hear information, put it to work. Every information is important. We are in a critical time. If you are in Biafra land, you must be security conscious at all times. Be security conscious. Pay attention to your environment. Pay very much attention when you see something, you say something. Be very, very careful. When you have need to go out, go out. If there is no need to go out, stay indoor. Let me tell you, the battle has started. The battle has started. The battle has started. And we are trying everything we can do to make sure we reduce the collateral damage. We are trying everything possible to reduce the collateral damage, and you are going to help. You will help. You will help by sharing the video, by passing the information, by reaching out to people who cannot be able to come online, reach out to them and tell them what is happening. This is how we're going to try and work with each other, support each other and encourage each other. I thank you for joining. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect every single one of you that have joined me on this program from beginning to the end. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect you. Every Biafran, those in Biafran land, Chukwu Okike Abiyama will protect you. You will never lose your life. The bullet of the enemy will never touch you. The Lord will build a wall around you that the enemy will never see you. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect every Biafran all over the world that is watching. Any place you are watching from, any part of the world you are watching from, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide you, protect you, secure you, give you more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. He will keep you, and you are going to enter Biafra with us. If you are from Ududua land, our Ududua brothers that are watching, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect the Ududua people. Secure them, give them wisdom, give them strength to continue to fight on. We have a common interest, and that our interest is freedom. We all will experience freedom in our lifetime. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect the Middle Belt and also protect them and secure them. Let them experience that freedom which they so there need. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect our brother Sunday Igboho, wherever he is. Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect him, secure him, give him more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect our men on the ground, the men who have volunteered their life, who have given their life for us. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect them, secure them, provide all their needs, speak for them, be in their front at all times, guide them, build a wall of fire around them. In all their camps where they are, no evil shall befall them. No evil shall be, no bullet of the enemy shall hit them. Chukwu Okike Abiama will build a wall around them, build a defense around them, that no power of forces of darkness will have power over them. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect our brother Simon Ekpa. Secure him for us. Keep him safe. Give him a sound mind. Give him more strong mental capacity. Give him more wisdom and knowledge and understanding to continue to pilot the ship until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu joins us very soon. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect our supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Secure him for us. Wherever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is at this moment, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you are secured. You are secured in the hand of Chukwu Okike Abiama. Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to unleash legion of angels to continue to guide you, protect you, secure you. No weapon of the enemy shall harp over you. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. I say no weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Please join us on the media Autopilot joint media broadcast later in the day. If you have time, please kindly join us. And also, I'll be broadcasting tomorrow again, same time, 5 p.m. Biafra time. I come online on daily basis to broadcast as long as I live. By the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama, I will always come 5 p.m. on daily basis to come and broadcast. And I also broadcast on my Facebook page, King David Exploit Expose. I broadcast on Facebook page on daily basis also. So when I have time, I broadcast there and also broadcast here. Please kindly follow up, share videos to all the people you can be able to share. And may Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect you and secure you. Thank you so much for watching. Remember us. I see you again. Bye-bye.